Pandas, 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 pandas. Good brother, just don't need anything. Pandas, good morning. Welcome to my stream. I'm glad that you guys are here. Day trading like a predator. Good morning. Kid poker. Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure you guys fill out that poll. Let me know what kind of day you think it might be. Also, make sure you scalp that like button. We just finished the pre-market show. Always have a great time there. And one day maybe you guys can join. I would love to see all you guys there. We go over all my accounts. Kid Poker asked, do you know if you can trade the mini with the 50k account? You can, but the 50k account trading threshold is very little. So just know that trading, typically you would want the convention is for every mini contract you should have $10,000. And so what that means is that you should basically have $1,000 for every micro contract. The trading threshold is $2,500, and so you can kind of treat that like a $2,500 account. See, people don't really realize that Apex, when they say that they give you like a 300k account, what they're saying is that they're giving you the leverage of a 300k account, but you got to pretty much treat it like a trailing threshold. So they count as big as a trailing threshold. All right, be right back, Pandas. Sorry about that, pandas. I'm back. I'm back. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Got a nice fail second entry short there. Boy, oh boy, yesterday's FOMC was wild. I mentioned on stream on these daily reviews, I should clip these every day, but basically what we're doing is we're waiting for a second leg up here. And and I was mentioning, the second leg up could be here or up here, but we need that second leg up. And typically, this is what you look for. And now we look for a reversal because now we have a type of break a trend to new high. And a new high, let's see how high it goes. But in my opinion, this is probably first break of this downtrend. I'm looking for a new low still. And yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not sure. I mean, you can count this as a break of trend, but this looks like a confirmation of the trend line rather than a break of trend. So, I mean, you can adjust this so it looks like this too. The fact that it's touching all these still. And this could be first break of trend, and now we're looking for a type of new low here. So we'll see. I mean, yesterday's Fed announcement, FOMC, if you guys don't know, they raised the rate by 0.75, which was the expected. And we did have news today too, 8:30. You can see this volatility here from that. And we have news tomorrow, I believe. We do have core PCE, and that's at 8:30. I believe today they'll also announce the GDP. I believe they'll announce the GDP. Yep. They announced the GDP at 8:30 around, I believe, and it's negative. Yes. So about 1% or 0.9% negative. So we had 2 quarters of negative GDP. Typically they will call that a recession. Typically. I mean, I don't know. Our market's open. But what do I know? I'm not an economist. So, from all historical definitions in the past, we've pretty much used 2 negative GDPs as a indicator of recession. So, but I don't know. It's for some reason we're not in recession, but anyways, we are negative 2 GDPs in a row. You take it as it is. You take it for however you think what that means. But that's what happened, and we're raising interest rates. The thing is, I personally think they should just say it's recession. Because if they say it's recession, then guess what? The Fed will probably, I don't know. In a sense, they have to choose their poison. Because if they say that they're in recession, then what you're going to do is try to do things to prevent recession or to get out of recession, which is typically, right, like quantitative easing, lowering interest rates, expanding the balance sheet, whatever. But if you don't call recession, if you say our economy is booming, then you're going to continue to raise interest rates, which is going to put more pressure on the stock market. And so you got to choose your poison, in my opinion, here. Either you want the stock market to continue to go down, or you want to save, you want to. I don't know. I really don't know why you would. I mean, other than saving face politically, I don't know, not sure. I just know, like, on the ground, probably people are suffering and feeling the inflation, and it's really hurting them. But who knows? Apparently, we have really strong job market right now, and what can you say? It is what it is. I'm not gonna blame a political party for whatever. But that's what they're saying, and for my even in like, the nice thing about being part of a community like a church is that you get to interact with a lot of different age groups, such as high school students, college students. And in college, these kids learn that recession is two negative GDPs in a row, and that's what a recession is. And that's their definition that they learn in college. And so, yeah, it's just weird. I don't know. I guess what they're using is the MBER, and they're waiting for the MBER to announce that we are in a recession, and that's when we're officially in recession. They're saying like the numbers are a little off, as in even though negative GDP, you can't just singly use that number to see if the whole entire nation is in a recession or not. Other factors such as job employment, whatever. These other factors can play into it as well. So,
10,000.
But who knows? Who knows? I mean, we're just rising up like this. We're getting choppy now. I kind of wanted to go into this, but I mean, it's a two-legged pullback. A, B, C. The daily chart, strong bull bar, ending near its high. We might get continuation here. Wouldn't be surprised. We're just gliding above the 20 MA like this. It looks strong. It looks like it wants to like ramp off of it, but we'll see. We'll wait. I'm not going to enter this trade. Okay, ends up making a scalp. Two-legged pullback off the 20 MA. Good signal bar, but it got so choppy. I was thinking about coming to retracement, but yeah. Clearly we're above the 20 MA, right? The 20 MA is acting as support here. You almost can't, like, it's like they're making it too obvious at this point that they're just using it as support. I mean, they already scalped out. Nice scalp here. We failed to break the previous pivot high. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Latrell, Kevin Mack, good morning. Frank Angelo, good morning. Richard Harris, good morning. Keto, good morning. David, good morning. Baked Beans, beautiful. Bernadette, good morning. Free Paper Cuts, good morning. PK Futures, good morning, guys. Shannon, good morning. Thanks for joining the stream. Brian Hughes, thanks everybody. BNZNB, good morning. Kellyanne, Charles Wilson, FZen, good morning, guys. Welcome to the stream. Drop a GM in the chat if you're watching the stream. Let's get that engagement up. Panda needs some AdSense money from his losses this week. Got another two-leggy here off the 20 MA. But notice that, look how it looks like. It's just weird, right? It looks choppy. It looks like a trading range type. Not enough room to the top of that pivot, but the 20 MA is rising, right? This is a higher low, second entry long, and it just stopped you out if you did enter long there. But look at this. It's just like you can't trade into this. This is like a very weird two-legged pullback. It's not one that I like. Just got stopped out there. Now, if it attempts it again, maybe I'll try to go long, thinking that this is enough of a pullback. But this could be a reversal for the day. I mean, we could have a strong downtrend day today. I'm not sure. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Welcome, welcome. So Fed has continued to raise interest rates. Typically in the past, it has always put pressure on the stock market and causing, like, almost like I think every recession has been caused because of something like that. Raising interest rates, quantitative tightening. These are things that usually destroy the stock market, not the economy. I think the economy gets healthier because of that, but the stock market typically does suffer when they do that. We have like a double top here, as you can see, right? We have keep getting lower highs, and we have a triple top here with a lower high. Like, that's kind of surprising. Like, a lot of people probably go long there, and I think a lot of people got trapped and causing this kind of move down. We do have a break of trend to new low at the moment, but we'll see. I kind of want to see how it reacts off this pivot here, because we have some price action going on here, right? We have the high of this pivot, and we hit our hits here, finally break through it, and I want to see how it reacts to it, see if it acts as support. If it does and gives us a nice second entry, right? If it gives us a nice failed second entry short, I'll take that trade. I'll take that trade. Sorry, that's not a failed second entry short. This is a failed second entry short. I'll take the trade. If it comes off of this pivot high and we got to break a trend to new low, I'll take that reversal to continue this uptrend. I'll do it, but we'll see if we get that set up. You can say break a trend, new low. If I want to take this reversal, I want it to bounce off of support. The reason being is because of support and resistances. If they're true support and resistances, they'll act as magnets. And even if we pop up like this, the magnet sucks it back up here like this, as you can see. Now, I won't take a trade right off of this, right? Because that's not enough information. I actually need a failed second entry. At the very least, you need a higher low setup, right? At the very least, like, if we get a higher low, if you wanted to take the chances, you can take the higher low. Or you can wait for the higher low, then a two-legged pullback back to the 20 MA, thinking that we're in an uptrend. These are the two setups I'm looking for. So either the higher low pushes it up higher, or we get a failed second entry short, like above the 20 MA, something like that. One of these two setups, this is what I'm looking for. If we get a nice bounce off this support here, as we can see from this pivot. But I need a setup to come to me. When will I change to start just going short instead of trying to look for a reversal? That is $1 million question. Bouncing back up here. It might produce that higher low setup. It hasn't quite touched the pivot, as you can see. Right, this is exactly where we should be hitting this blue line, but we have not yet hit it. We missed it by a couple ticks, 2 ticks to be exact. I think the market likes this as a support. I want to see how this candle ends. Strong bear bar ending on its low. So now we're seeing some more information here, as we're seeing that this pivot's not really holding, especially with a strong bear bar with follow through. Yeah, with follow through. Also, 240 SMA coming up may act as support as well. No setup for me. All right, 1 second, Pan. I need to get rid of all my lines here. It's causing some lag. Still causing lag. Getting a little lag here. Not really sure what's causing it. Getting some sort of trend line here. I mean, we can treat this again like a break of trend to new low here. Bouncing off support. Would I take a second entry short here? I'm not a fan. Well, anyways, there's no second entry shorts because this is a tight channel and only first entries. There's enough room for first entries to make these scalps, but there's not even enough room to make these two leggies. These are all first entries. So if you're if you're very bearish, you can come in with all these first entries here. As Mac will say, you know, if you see a strong trend, just start going in first entries. And I don't know why he would just change the strategy up, but you know, that's what he would say. We're coming back to yesterday's close. We hit yesterday's close. The daily chart, I wouldn't be surprised if we create a pause bar today because it's a strong bull bar. Pause bar because market wants to know if we're going to have follow through or not. And so they're just kind of sitting on their pause. And if the market's sitting on their pause, it typically will cause a doji bar, a trading range day. And then we may have continuation up or down from here. So this is what the market wants to do typically, but we'll see. I mean, this is a strong bear bar. I mean, look at the 10,000 tick chart. 10,000, sorry, look at the 5-minute chart. Yeah, the 5-minute chart. If you look at the 5-minute chart here, strong bear bar currently forming, ending on its low, right? 2 seconds left. Right, this is a strong bear bar ending on its low. Typically, you think follow through from this bar. 10,000 tick chart. What do we have here? What do we have here now? Oh my. The 10,000 tick chart has been making a trading range ever since yesterday. And we hit the top of it. And it came with a failed trap. And reversed on me. Lower high setup on the failed trap. On the top of the trading range. Printing a nice, or producing a nice bear leg in this trading range. Very strong bear leg. So whatever the 8:30 announcement was, you can just say sayonara to it because it's pretty much just reverse everything, whatever happened with that 8:30 announcement. I just think it's kind of funny, not funny, but like the White House was obviously like maybe 2 or 3 days before, you know, today's announcement with GDP. They started to talk about how we're not in a recession. They already were. They were preparing for the fact that the negative GDP was going to print, and they were trying to prime up the the media or anyone, basically America, for yeah, no recession. They're basically, we're just trying to get ready for that. Strong move down the 10,000 tick chart trading range, ends up hitting the bottom. So it comes from the top to the bottom, back to the top, back to the bottom. Got a trading range here. The trading range indicator marking the trading range way back here. And it marked it nicely. And it also marked the top very nicely. So what can I say? Trading range indicator is beautiful sometimes when it does stuff like this. This is a 10,000 tick chart. We're talking about trading range that's like 50 points. What is this? But more than 30 points, about 30-point trading range here. Absolutely incredible. I mean, this is a straight move down. I wasn't ready for a move down like this. But the trading range, we basically just reversed everything that happened at the 8:30 news. The market wondering, why did we go up on negative GDP? And now they're in reality is hitting, and we're coming back down. To me, as long as they keep I don't care if they're in recession or not. As long as they keep raising interest rates, to me, it's just that is the telltale sign of what will happen with the market. In overall, there are going to be pullbacks, but if we continue to raise interest rates, in my opinion, and that's what I'm kind of waiting for. I'm starting to do a little, what's it called, dollar average cost. Is it DAC? DCA, dollar cost averaging. That's what I'm doing. DCA, yes, DCA. I'm starting to do some DCA, just a little bit, and I'll ramp it up if we continue to go down. But the reason being is because, man, the one problem is that TNX is actually showing a what's it called? The TNX is actually showing a head and shoulders pattern, and so TNX showing the head and shoulders pattern makes me think the interest rate is going to start lowering, but the 2-year, let me see,
10,000 tick trap.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Again, I'm not an economist, but I think I'm gonna start to dollar cost average. DCA actually stands for darn commissions accumulating. So we have this trend and we have an overshoot leading to, or undershoot, maybe leading to an overshoot here. That is a second entry short there. But this overshoot's so strong that we can reverse here, creating an overshoot. Undershoot was so strong, could create an overshoot. And you already got stopped out there. And a little too far from 20 May. Do I want this trade though? Do I want to go short? I mean, I want to enter short here. This looks so strong to go down, but also notice on 10,000 tick chart, we hit the bottom of the trading range. With one leg, one huge leg, it's just hits the bottom of the trading range. Absolutely incredible. Inside bar created. Okay, second entry short. The tricky thing about that second entry short is that you actually fail it. It actually hits you and then reverses, which is terrible. Which really sucks. That's actually a second entry short. A, B, C, and it actually triggered down here and took you out and then went your way, which is really annoying. Really, really annoying if you're in that trade. But your risk was very small. Interesting. That is a second entry short. But yeah, that's really tricky. You got stopped out if you enter that. That really sucks. It really sucks because right after it actually makes the move. It's unfortunate. I was actually waiting for it to give me a lower high setup, but it did not. It did not. It did not do that. It simply did not do that. It did not give me the setup that I wanted. We have this blue line showing us the low, I guess. Really the pivot here. Making new lows. Big move down. Markets seem to not like that news. That's what it seems like. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. Big move down. I mean, we got break a trend now to new low. I'm not looking necessary to reverse this though. I'm actually looking for an entry here, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna get one. After this little tricky entry here, that's really tricky. It's actually annoying. For anyone who entered that, you know, thoughts and prayers, because that's annoying. You almost kind of have to raise your stop loss like above the 20 MA here, just to keep that alive. Big move down, huge move down. 2 legs down now. Break a trend to 2 legs down. Not necessarily looking for a reversal here because of how strong this downtrend is. I don't know why my chart's so laggy right now. I can come in with a first entry here if I'm really eager to enter this short or this downtrend. We may get a first entry here to enter this downtrend. This is a first entry if you're very eager. Do not copy my trades, pandas. Do not copy my trades. I'm eager to enter this downtrend. I'll come with the first entry here. Seem to hit our heads here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, I'm gonna enter the first entry, pandas. Do not get mad at me. Do not get mad at me. I'm gonna treat this as a failed breakout of this trading range. Don't tell anyone. I'm gonna come in. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. I'm doing this. Coming with the first entry. Don't tell anyone. Need to break below. Don't tell anyone I'm doing this. Whoa, 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 whoa! What are you doing? I see you trying to trigger it up there. I see that. Right, strong bull bars. But don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone I'm doing this. We're above the 20 MA now. This is looking sketchy. I don't think I like it anymore. I don't think I like it. It's a really small signal bar though. Very small signal bar. Teeny signal bar. Coming back maybe into this trading range. Teeny risk here. In fact, you're able to do a 1-to-1 risk reward right there. Wow. Okay, that has to break this high, right? That has to break the... Wow. No way. No way that's happening. That has to break this high, right? No way. This high or low setup. Alright, that has to break this high, right? Oh. No way. No way. No way. I'm coming in this trade. That has to break this high. And that's what I thought. It's going to get me. It's a small... Or I'll get $100. I'll take it. Let's go, baby. Second entry short. I mean, can you believe that didn't break this pivot high? Can you believe that? It went one tick, especially with a strong signal bar like that. That's really shocking to me. Now we broke it. That's just weird. That creates a second entry long. That's just weird. Second entry long like this. Good signal bar. Weird. Just weird. Wow. Shocking. We finally make that new high though. We finally break that pivot high. We're still in Trap City though. We're clearly above the 20 MA. You know, we're kind of going upwards now, and now we have a break of trend to new high. I could look for a reversal trade here, so fail second entry long, something like that. That'd be nice. But it's so tight that it might not even create the second entry short or fail second entry long. It might just give me a. All right, so we got 2 legs up now. It's very small. These are very small movements. Maybe on a smaller time frame, this might be a better setup. But basically, I'm looking for a second entry. Fail second entry long. Let's see if we get it, pandas. Okay, this is a second entry short. Break a trend to new high. Oh. You think chop is your ally? I was born in it, molded by it. It's getting tricky here. I can wait for my setup. I just don't think it's gonna happen. I just don't think I'm gonna get my fail second entry. In fact, it's starting to create a trap here. I don't like that trap, right? Because we already have a break a trend to new high. So I'm not looking to go long right now. I'm not looking to go long. Notice on 10,000 tick chart is the trading range is still valid. We can see the trading range and it's still forming. And since it's still forming, this breakdown wasn't strong enough to actually break this trading range. So we still might have the force of that trading range bringing us back up, but I just don't know. Again, we could have a doji bar day today. As in the daily chart, could be a doji bar, so we might end near yesterday's close, which means that yesterday's close is this red line. It will act as a magnet for the rest of the day. So even though we had this super strong bear trend, notice we are starting to reverse here. I mean, this reversal setup actually ends up giving us a point. I mean, I'll take $100. $100 is nice. Thanks, guys. You guys are so encouraging. Oh, you think chop is your ally? I was born in it, molded by it. And let's make sure you guys scalp that like button. We're getting another push up here. Now it's getting confusing, right? Because we have like type of spiking channel or just this trend line that we can use like this. We can trade off this trend line, but it's a better trade if we wait for the 20 EMA. But this trend line, if you want to, well, answer that question. Get a nice little scalp there. This trend line itself. So this is one of those tricky days. You had the super strong downtrend, and it's like, should I just continue to go to this downtrend? I mean, you're thinking when you see a downtrend like this, you're like, okay, it's gonna be all day downtrend, and it just like V bottoms like this. Kellyanne looking for a short. The 10,000 tick chart, we are bouncing back into our trading range. So we're coming back into our trading range now, and 20 EMA is currently acting as a resistance. And so, you know, like for any price action, there's always a bull and bear reason to enter. Even for bouncing off of this, like you can also have the force of the trading range coming back up, still enacting on this, the price action, and so you got both happening at the same time. That's when things get confusing. When like both of the bear and bull case are very, very close and similar, that's when things get very confusing. Wow, right at 10 o'clock, I got all 4 messages coming up on you. You got the coupon message, you got the floating tick counter message. If you guys know what the floating tick counter is, basically it moves the tick. If you're using tick charts, it moves a tick right next to the price action instead of having it in the bottom right. so you don't have to take your eyes off of it. Sometimes, honestly, the timing of placing your order, it has to be precise because of how quickly the bars can finish and then begin and move. And so it's good to have the tick right next to your price action. Also have a free trial on the two-legged pullback indicator if you guys are want to try it out. It's only for NinjaTrader, also for Think or Swim, but honestly, I've really stopped developing for that one. That's when I first began. I first began with Think or Swim, and that was a long time ago because the data was free, and you know, and so I wanted to practice, and so I created first on Think or Swim, and then I started to move towards NinjaTrader. Got a two-leggy here. Huh. Do I like it? I don't know. Do I like it? Do I like this two-leggy here? Do I? I don't know. A, B, C. Currently, it's a terrible signal bar. It's a tricky one. We got a H4 setup here as well. First break of this trend. No. This is the first break of the trend. This is why the reversal happened. Yeah, see, we got the first break of trend here. And then that's when we see the reversal happening. We got a two-leg. We got a Pikachu trade here. Do I like it? It's a little confusing, to be honest. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we continue downtrend here. Signal bar is decent, right? But if you look to the left, you get this bar here. The risk is not too large either. I'm going to sit on my pause here. It's a little tricky. The signal bar is basically an inside bar here. The 20 EMA is rising up. We do have a first break of this trend, maybe looking for a new high, which I wouldn't be surprised. This pivot, not enough room really, right, for this pivot. Just barely enough room. That's not even 1 point room to get to this high here. So it's a little tricky in my opinion. I don't know. I'm just sitting on my pause here. If this fails, I'll go long a higher low setup. Because I'm not looking for a short trade either. I'm not necessarily looking for a short trade. I'll take a higher low second entry long here. Gonna copy my trades. See, this is why I'm waiting. You know, I'm not looking for a short, and that's just a perfect scalp right now. It does scalp you out. No longer interested in that long. But you see how tricky that is, right? You're in an uptrend. You got a second entry long here. It's an inside bar. You got a couple things going against you. You know, and people might get really mad when I skip this trade. And if that made a point, people will get frustrated that I didn't take that trade. There's a reason why I don't take this trade. You know, there's not enough room to the top of this trading range, right? There's not enough room to the top of this chop, right? And it just looks sketchy. It started to overlap, and it didn't look like a clean two-leggy, right? Especially with the signal bar being inside bar like that, and it basically becoming a doji, right? Like ending in the middle of its range. It's just tricky. Nor was I looking for necessarily a reversal here. I wasn't looking for that, to be honest. But we also have this L4 setup. I wasn't looking for a reversal, but reversal obviously ends up working out for you. Okay, let's figure out what market cycle we're in right now. That's the most important question you got to ask yourself. I don't know. Are we in a downtrend, or are we starting to turn to a big trading range here? Tricky. I can imagine a lot of people getting stopped out here. You know, people got stopped out here because of how strong this move was, this reversal. That means people got trapped. People who are in this trade, they reversed their trade actually. So you have people who are entered this trade and they realize they're wrong. Not only did they get stop loss, but they probably reversed their trade, and also those who were looking for that short came in, and also those who didn't reverse just got their stop loss. So that actually acts as a sell, and you get a strong move down. So this is kind of proof that a lot of people took this trade and got trapped out. Right, the straw move down just shows how tricky the market is, right? Every trap that does trigger and is strong, it's tricky. It means people got tricked. So people got trapped there for sure. So if you were one of those who got trapped, don't worry, you're probably in good company. They probably were thinking another leg up or something, which I completely understand. This is why this gets confusing. This looks sketchy. Okay, we're getting some move down here. I would say we're in a downtrend. I'm thinking new low here. Looking for a new low. Probably gonna break this low here. The 10,000 tick charts has been, it's with one pullback, first entry. It's a first entry off the 20 MA. 5-minute chart, also just a first entry. And, let me take those off. Looking for a new low, but no entry for me in this downtrend. I guess you had this trap trade, but for me, it was hard for me to really see a reversal set up there. If I'm really eager, let's see if we have a trend line here at least. If you're really eager, nah. I don't like that. I may consider second entry short, but man, that's a strong bull bar. This is confusing. Man, strong bull bar. Anyone's high. Very strong bull bar. First entry maybe, but man, the second entry is going to be tight. This is first break of trend in my opinion on this downtrend here. I don't know. First entry. I'm thinking we're still going to make a new low here. Just seeing how strong we bounced off the 10K, you know, on the 10K chart, bouncing off like that. You're thinking a new low is to be created here, but we shall see. We shall see. Things are getting confusing though, because like we're basically, you know, between this and this pivot, so we're kind of making like this trading range here. Get rid of this guy. Two leggy here. Let's see if we get two leggy. It's a good signal bar in the first entry. A, B, C. Thoughts and prayers. Outside bar reversal, perhaps here. Taking it on the outside bar reversal. Did not copy my trades. It is getting confusing. Maybe I can swing trade this. I'm thinking it's gonna make a new low here, but I'll take my scalp if I can get it. Second entry short, lower high setup, off the 20 MA, looking for a new low here. Let's go, baby. Easy peasy, easy money. I mean, I could at least swung it down to the bottom, at least a new low on this swing down. Second entry short. It was an outside bar reversal, but the context was so good, I just had to take it. Looking for a new low here. I may take even a trap trade here if it gives it to me. Micro double top currently. Okay, might have a trap trade here. Big push up. Coming bottom of the trading range. Maybe back to the top of the trading range here. Wouldn't be surprised with a strong bull bar like this. If we end near its high or on its high, then possible continuation back to the top. Closes beneath the 20 MA, making things confusing. Getting choppy now. As we can see, we're creating an inside bar. Inside up bar currently. Yep, inside up bar makes a doji. Market's trying to see if there's follow through here. Hit the top of the trading range on the 2000 tick chart. Things are getting very choppy on the higher time frames. 10,000 tick chart getting inside bars. Choppiness also on the 5 minute. Maybe looking for a two leggy here on the 5 minute. A, B, C. Things getting confusing. Market trying to figure out what's happening here. I think we're gonna make a new low, but we'll see. We did make a new low off this. You see, we have a breaker trend to new low here. We've already made that, so we may need to find a breaker trend to new low on the upswing here. It could be a small trend, but we need at least a breaker trend to new high. Right? It could be a breaker trend to new high here. Looking for a higher low, second entry long. Maybe top of the trading range. Outside bar reversal. So we do make that new high. It's very small. This might give us reason to start going short again. Will I take this short? No, I won't. Because we're so close to the top of this trading range. I feel like it wants to hit it. The higher low, second entry long does trigger, making a breaker trend to new high here. I may want to go short here to trade this trading range to see if a failed breakdown. Or sorry, a failed breakout. I may want to go short here, but it's a little sketchy. I mean, typically this is where you find a reversal setup. But you see this resistance here? We can come back to the bottom here. I almost want to take it, but I'm too much of a wuss. I'm too much of a wuss. I can't take this short here. I am just too scared. And that's why I don't short. Just got stopped out if you did. Did not copy my trades. I'm gonna rely on this trading range indicator because we're so choppy. I think we might be hitting the top of it, except I don't like the signal bar right now. Okay. Do not copy my trades. Do not copy my trades here. Marker double top, pushes up, 5 minute chart makes a two-legged move, right? Second leg up, the 5 minute chart. Still, this trap is failing. No longer interested in trying to trade a reversal on this trading range. It's terrible signal bar to go short. Maybe good signal bar to go long. If you look on the higher time frames, right, you just have a two-legged here on the 5 minute. 10,000 tick chart, you're also creating a two-legged move off the 20 EMA. A, B, C. Strong bull bar, strong bear bar. No follow through on this bull bar, right? So the breakout is a failure, failed breakout. Strong move down there. Unfortunately, not partaking in that trade because of the strong bull bar. Just unsure. 10,000 tick chart does trigger the second entry short here. Terrible signal bar, but off the 20 MA. So it's making things confusing, pandas. That's what I'm just trying to say. Like if what I'm saying, it sounds like there's two things. Like really, just I'm just saying two opposite things. It's because it's what's happening and it's making things confusing. Sack of clams coming with some Miyagi stuff. Fear is a survival tactic. Don't be ashamed of it. Master it. That's some inspirational words. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. That's also inspirational. Oogway. Is Oogway the new Miyagi?
10,000 tick trap.
Potential trap on the 10,000 tick chart. That'd be crazy. That would be crazy in this area. If we get a trap on the 10,000 tick chart, I mean, probably come back to yesterday's close. 5-minute chart, the second entry short's about to trigger here. Don't want to take on the 5-minute. The problem is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8-point risk. And it's very choppy. Like even if this second entry short does trigger, like you kind of want it to trigger like up here, right? You want it to be like up here so you have room from these pivot lows. But if it triggers down here and there's not much room, you're still kind of like basically in the trading range and you're trying to go short on the bottom of it. It's just tricky. Trap trade here. I'll consider it. I'll definitely consider a trap trade to go short here. We get a micro double top currently. I may just take it on this. Do not copy my trades. Seriously, do not copy my trades. I'm taking a short here. I'm basically trying to enter in a second attempt on this lower high entry. Trying to come back to the bottom of the trading range, but do not copy my trades. As you can see, I'm trading with only one contract. Let's go, baby. Comes back to the bottom of the trading range. I basically treated that like a lower high second entry short. It did a micro double top instead of actually triggering up. A, B, C, right? That's the lower high. And I actually traded as a trap, sorry. What am I talking about? So actually I traded that like a failed second entry long, right? So 2 pushes down. And this made a double top instead of ticking 1 tick above. But to me, I just took it as a second attempt on this lower high setup. And I took it and it could come back to the bottom of the trading range. But I just came out with a scalp. Very tricky. Very tricky. As you can see, I'm trading one contract. It's because I feel very comfortable trading one contract. And so I'm kind of willing to take a little more risky trades with one contract because I know I can make it up, especially if I know the market cycle being choppy like this with a downward bias, right? We're choppy with a downward bias. And so I'm willing to take more shorts right now because of the market cycle. We end up having a failure here, but we already hit the bottom of the trading range. Notice we missed the top of it and we're coming back to the bottom. Ooh, big breakdown here. Big breakdown. Made a new low finally. Finally made a new low here. Alright, made a new low. Can we reverse here? I mean, looking at the shape of this second entry short on this 10,000 tick chart. Look at the shape, how the 20 EMA is acting as such a strong resistance. I don't know. I don't know. The second entry short on the 5-minute chart ends up working out for us. This is like pure price action trading, to be honest. So on the higher time frames, we have a downward bias, but in the smaller time frame, we're getting trading range. So I don't know. I don't know what that means. It means that I'm probably more eager to take shorts when we get near the top, kind of near the top of this, you know, move down. You know, it could just be something simple as this with the overshoot, something like that. I'm gonna try to get these lows. I'm gonna keep it here because I'm capturing a lot of lows, even though we have this kind of breakdown here. I'm capturing the lows here, so I'm gonna keep this bottom trend line here. The higher time frame is kind of easier to mark. You know, it's just this. Is that what I'm marking here on my 2000 tick chart? 2000 tick chart. Basically just using. Wow. Basically just using this on the higher time frame. It just looks like this. Just try to get a little bit more of that price action here. I mean, on the smaller time frame, you can honestly see this little move here, and you can maybe use that as your pivot as well. And it actually matches here. It's almost the same angle, so I don't mind using this. You get a little more information on the smaller time frame right there. Right, super strong move down, and then something changes here, right? We start to get a little movement down, and then a little movement sideways. Yeah, you can't do that. I'm gonna remove that comment, but you can't be shilling other stuff on this channel. But I'm not gonna block you. Just give me a warning. Do I want to go short here? Not really. See, the thing is, we're like in a trading range with a bearish bias. That means that we can have strong bull trends, and so I'm not gonna go short on everything here. It's not always in short setup. We're not always in short. If you have a big enough stop loss, you can be always in short because you can just always scale in when you get near the top and come out break even. You know, at the worst, pretty much. I mean, at the worst, of course, you get stopped out, but coming out break even is just such a high probability. Such high probability to come out break even that, you know, you're able to just come in. If you know you're on a bear trend day, you know, basically if you just sold and then just held it for the rest of the day, you would make money. Getting a trap trade on 10,000 tick chart to go downwards, absolutely incredible here. Just there's no remorse for the bulls here. The bulls just got crushed. Right, he's trying to reverse that, got absolutely crushed right there. Made an outside bar reversal. Could have a strong move down. Like this channel might be irrelevant because the move down might be so strong. You know, I might have to readjust this.
10,000 tick trap.
Sheesh. Man. Do I like that second entry short? The fact that we had room to the top of the trading range and still room to the top of this channel, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Yeah, it's hard to go short here because I see this channel with multiple confirmations, so I'm not going to try to go short into that channel either. If anything, this was like the midway point, and you can maybe trade the midway point. It's above the 20 MA. Signal bar is pretty decent to go short. I don't know. Do I like that trade? Like, is there any reason why I would take this trade? You know, if I saw this setup here again, would I go short here? I mean, the fact that we came to the bottom of the trade range, they can come back to the top, plus there's room to the top of the channel. That's a little tricky to me. It's a little tricky. With hindsight bias, of course, you can say that's a great trade. But if I saw that setup, I was already thinking we might have a type of reversal here, maybe back to the top. And I'd be more willing to go short near the top of this channel than right there. Remember about the 20 MA? I don't know. That was tough. That's tricky. Yeah, I mean, double bottom right now. Lower highs every time. A first entry if you're eager to go short. If anything, I might be eager to take a small reversal with a higher low setup just to get a little scalp here. It will be a simple scalp, maybe even a 1-point scalp to go long here. And I would consider that because of the trading range. But we missed the top of the trading range and we came back to the bottom, but we made a double bottom here and this could reverse here. So, but I'm gonna sit on my pause here. I don't know if I like the trade at all, to be honest. Second entry long. A, B, C, outside bar reversal. Might come back to the top. Currently creating that double bottom here. But pandas, make sure you guys scalp that like button. We've got 3 nice scalps today. So you can tell we're in a trading range with a bearish bias. So this is why I'm not just going short for whatever reason. I recognize we can have some bull legs like this. Do I want this second entry short? It's not near any resistances. That's the problem. I can't. It's hard for me to take that. Plus, not enough room to the 20 MA. Strong signal bar, but it's large. And if you look at the previous bar, it basically creates a small trading range here. 2-bar trading range. Plus, we're above the 20 MA. Not enough room to it. Makes a double top here. Double bottom, double top. The fact that we're not near like a resistance, like or trend line or the top of the trading range, makes me hesitant to take this short here. We could basically just have a double top, and you can use this as resistance, but know that this pivot, I don't think is a very strong resistance. I don't think it's a very strong pivot. I could be wrong though. Who knows? I just don't feel comfortable trading that right away. Just because I know that there's room, a little more room up to go up, makes me feel like we might try to attempt to test it. Knowing that, it's hard for me to go short here. Plus, we have this double bottom down here. If anything, I might want to take this trap to go back to the top of this trading range. Back to the top of the channel. I'll take a failed trap here though. If this trap triggers and it fails, I'll probably take the failed trap to go short again. Basically creating a lower high setup for me.
$10,000 tick trap.
See, it ends up going without me, but that's a little tricky. Basically, you have to use this as the double top, right? Double bottom to double top, and it's just a little tricky for me. I didn't like that. Didn't like that trade. Again, tricky. Even though we're on downward bias, it's just the fact that we had room up to the top of this channel made me feel like we might come to test it. I don't know.
10,000 tick trap.
Just a little too tricky. The 10,000 tick chart does trigger the trap officially here, technically. Confusing, confusing. I have a downward bias, but currently, I don't know. I mean, no setup here, so I'm not trying to take a trade, but I'm trying to think, do I want a second entry short? Tricky, tricky. $10,000 tick chart trap is currently about to fail. We're making an outside bar reversal on the trap on the 10,000 tick chart. That's very tricky. Very tricky indeed. Making a triple top here. You see how this double top, double bottom comes here, and then you have another attempt down, this second attempt down, or just really this third attempt down. Fails to come as low as these lows, but when we come to the top, we're coming back and retesting the top here. So that kind of feels like, yeah, uptrend right now. Big move up, testing the top of the trading range finally. This is what I was scared was going to happen over here, so that's why I didn't take this short. Similarly here, didn't take the short because I was scared it was going to do this. Now that it has done it, should we change our premise, thinking we're no longer in a downtrend? 10,000 tick chart, strong bull bar ending on its high with a failed trap here on the 10,000 tick chart. That's scary stuff. This could reverse the market here. I almost want to look for a long trade, but as long as we're below this pivot here, it's going to be very hard to take a long trade. If any setup triggers beneath that, very hard to take a long trade. Hard to take a long trade also if we do break above it because you have 240 SMA now acting as resistance. This is why reversals fail oftentimes because there's so many resistances it has to break through. Pandas. If you guys don't know, we're trading 100% risk-free using Apex. If you guys are looking for a prop firm to trade risk-free, then make sure you guys take advantage of the BBM50 50% off coupon code. It's on the bottom of your screen. Big push up, 10,000 tick chart, right? Strong bull bar with follow through. But we're hitting our heads on the 240 SMA now. Now we're above that pivot high, and we're clearly breaking above this this channel down, breaking above our trading range. Even though the trading range still is active here. No setups for us whatsoever in this entire move. You know, I could be always in long, but the fact that the 204 SMA is here, I'm a little hesitant to go always in long. I don't know. I don't know. We might come back to yesterday's close. It's about 5-6 points away. So, and on the daily chart, I wouldn't be surprised if we make a pause bar on the daily chart here. That could also be the case. No setups for me though. Yeah, why so low on the likes? Make sure you guys scalp that like button. Jaden Saints asks, if you clean the vacuum cleaner, are you then the vacuum cleaner? Wow. What if you use a vacuum cleaner to clean a vacuum cleaner? That's like a vacuum cleaner cleaner. Pandas. Trading range breaking out. Am I looking for a long setup? That's why trading range is so confusing. Because even though you have a strong bull trend, you're at the top of a trading range. So, do you want to go long? I mean, you're having these pivot highs here. Are we looking for a long trade? Or are we looking for a reversal? That is the question. Trading range does break here. This move up. I'll probably look for a maybe a long setup. Main reason being is because we have this breaker trend to new low here and reversal setup. So we already reversed on the 10,000 tick chart with confirmation. So I'm gonna look for a long trade. Let's see if we get it though. I mean, my only setup will be what, second entry long. Pandas, 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 pandas. Second entry long, far away from 20 May. Not my style. Need a little more room. Plus, terrible signal bar currently forming here to go long. I'm eager to go long, but not that eager to go long. If you know what I mean. Yeah. What if you got two vacuum cleaners and you had them both on at the same time cleaning themselves? That'll just be this infinite cycle of cleaning. Looking for a second entry long. I like it a little better here, but I don't like the fact that we're creating this inside bar. What is that about? What is that about?
10,000 tick trap.
Do not copy my trades, pandas. But we are going long here. Signal bar is decent. Not looking so good. No, not looking good at all. And looking pretty terrible now. I like the context more than anything here to go long. Terrible signal bar. Probably one of the worst. I kind of like it though. I kind of like if we create the second entry long here. That would be much better. Yes, yes, yes. Come to Papa. Come to Papa. I like it to end close above this trading range. We're having a pretty strong push down. And I'm going to reassess this. Give me a 1 in the chat if you're looking for a second entry long here. Give me a 2 if you're going to skip it. Give me a 3 if you're going to reverse this. Signal bar is not that good. Not all the rules are met, but look at how we close above this pivot or this trading range. And the risk is decent, not that large. It's about 3 points. I'll actually come with a retracement here to make it exactly a 3-point risk here. Ooh, okay. What in the world was that? Alright, I'm getting out this trade. I'm skunking that trade. It triggered like way above where I wanted it. It ends up giving me the 2 point, or it gives me 2 points, but ended up like triggering way up here. I don't know why. I had it down here and it gave it to me up here. I don't like that. I came with a limit order too. Kind of angering. That's a little frustrating. Don't know why that happened. I would have got 2 points there. I skunked it because the order got messed up and it triggered like way up here, even though I put it down here. That was weird. I don't know why. I don't know why that happened. Don't know why, Pandas, but I'm just getting out. It came out with a scalp. Could have came out with a scalp there. That would have been 4 successful scalps, Pandas. No. I'll do one for you guys. I'll throw it up for you guys. I know you guys love this one. It's the thud. It's the thud that it's just the thud. I love thud. I don't understand how pandas are not extinct. They're just like goofy animals, little goofy animals. Pandas and penguins. I don't know how these two animals are still exist. Getting a nice push up, break a trend to new high. Most likely gonna come to yesterday's low, I'm thinking. Or sorry, yesterday's close. Maybe creating that doji bar. We couldn't reverse here as well. But the main reason why I just think we have a strong move up is because look at this. Trap trade on the 10K chart just trigger. Right, we got trap trade with a break a trend to new low. Trap on the 10,000 tick chart. Ooh, I mean, we might come back to the top of. We might come all the way back up. I don't know. Taught up 375 on 7 trades. Let's go, baby. That's pretty good. 7 trades is a lot, though, in my opinion. Big push up here. Looking for yesterday's close, in my opinion. Right, we got break a trend, but this could be an uptrend. In general, this is just laggy. In general, my chart is laggy, and that messed up my order. It actually makes me kind of angry. Unfortunate. Nice runner here, too. That's a nice runner. Back to yesterday's close, looks like. Big reversal setup on the 10,000 tick chart. Coming into yesterday's close, creating that doji bar on the daily chart. Pause bar, as you can see, strong bull bar, pause bar. Traders trying to figure out, are we going to continue this move up or are we going to reverse here, making a failed breakout? always in long, but now we're hitting our resistance here. People taking their profits. If you want to add your markers, you can go to data series. If you go to the top of the toolbar, there's a little graph looking icon. Click it and click your data series, and then go to the very bottom, plot executions. You can see I've added my plot executions here. I want to look at this trade again, and it entered one tick above where I wanted it. Maybe I misclicked. I'm not sure. I probably misclicked then. I probably thought no, I did not misclick because I was actually trying to come in with a retracement, and yeah, I don't think I misclicked 2 ticks. That's not. Might have to look at the stream again, but that was weird. And it came out 2 ticks above where I wanted it, so that was a little weird, and so I just got out, unfortunately. Jamie asks, do I ever have issues with NinjaTrader connecting to RTrader Pro, the Rhythmic Trader? Yes. If they have maintenance windows every day, it seems like. So if you try to connect that between the 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock Eastern time, then typically there's like a maintenance window, so it's hard to connect. Sometimes if they're overloaded, I think it's also hard to connect. Honestly, I think Apex is our #1 customer. I mean, the fact that NinjaTrader made adjustments and trade, like they basically made a bug fix based off of Apex with Rhythmic, and so they had like a bug, and I think they fixed it, and that just shows the influence Apex has right now, because I think they're the #1 prop firm currently. Oh, your NinjaTrader is still trying to connect. See if you can just log into Rhythmic. If you can't log into Rhythmic, something's wrong. Features asks, if you get a funded account, do you need to say you're a pro trader on your personal account after that? I'm not sure what the question is, but I don't think it makes you a pro trader. Shannon asks, prop as in property firm, it actually means proprietary. And so prop firms, basically it just means that they fund you if they'll fund you to be a trader. And typically they have their own proprietary trading system that they want you to trade. But now, basically prop firm just means like they prop you up, it seems like almost. But prop typically stands for a proprietary. What's FTMO? I mean, I'm saying #1 as in I think it's probably the most popular right now. And popularity is good because that means, they're a little more reliable, right? Like if you have a lot of people using something, then you would think that if they were, not paying people out, which is the main concern for a lot of people when it comes to prop firms, not getting paid out, then the more people you have, basically the more reliable it is, because the more, let's say, the word falsifiable it will be. The quicker people will catch on that it's it's a scam, and so because there's more opportunity for people to realize it's a scam. So the fact that there's so many people using it, plus they're still around and not that much, basically people, there's a lot of people with a good experience with Apex. Oh, FTMO. I mean, of course, if they're forex, that's fine. This is I'm not talking about forex. We're talking about futures here. Oh, futures ask since you're no. You know. Now, since we're near this magnet, I'm just a little confused because, you know, we can come back down to it. This magnet might just cause chop for a while now. And probably gonna sit on my pause here. Pandas, I'll see you guys tomorrow, bright and early.
10,000 tick trap.
9 o'clock pre-market show. If you want to see all my account balances, if you want to see how I'm doing my journey, if you want to see how I'm doing with Apex, if you want to see all my off-stream trades that I marked for everyone, then join the pre-market show. And you can do so by becoming a panda. And yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna have some apparel coming up for everyone, and hopefully the apparel will be to your liking. I might do a vote even to see what you guys like, but we'll see. Panda's 9:15 for the mainstream, and I'll see you guys then. And as always, happy trading. God bless. Bye.